Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. It's a nice afternoon here, a little overcast. Pretty much done with work for the day. Might do a little yoga here in a little while, and I thought I'd do a video. Roommates were out of the house and I had a little time, so I said sure, I'll do a video. And you know, like the one, I did a video last week about kids and getting kids interested in a healthy lifestyle. So the reason I'm talking about that is stepping out of my range of any kind of experience, because this is going to be one of those videos too, because I'm not a terribly social person and I'm not a wallflower. I don't shrink away from things, so I'm just trying to maybe give some other people something to think about. You know, no matter what group I go to, you know, in this whole community, Raw Vegan, Raw to 4, people just living healthier that have changed their lifestyles. Every group you go to, every forum you go to, in the comments, it's a common thing. Oh, my wife gives me a hard time, my husband gives me a hard time about this lifestyle, my kids give me a hard time about this lifestyle, my coworkers give me a hard time when I take my bananas to work. I go to a social gathering and they look at me funny and I have to See that? You know what that is, right? The smallest violin in the world playing. Or would you like some wine with that cheese? Or would you like some cheese with that wine? Come on. I mean, you know, we're not in high school anymore. So number one, there's not like, you know, peer pressure or being the cool kid in the group shouldn't come into play. I mean, really? And you know, I'm trying to think of how to say this just the right way so it doesn't come all across as a bad attitude for me. I don't, as I've mentioned before, I don't have people that really, you know, I'm where I work, which is kind of a social setting too, because the guests hang out there. So I hang out with them a little bit and I'll eat my lunches and I make my smoothies over there, but nobody's ever even remotely made fun of it or whatever. But I've been in situations before where there's always the chick that brings the goofball boyfriend, you know, that has some crack. And I don't want to get condescending, but I just kind of have this thing in the back of my head. I can be kind of smug sometimes, like, ugh. You know, they make some comment and I'm like, it's almost like, you know, I don't feel the need to stand and debate everybody I come in contact with. Even if they say something that's ludicrous, that's 100% wrong, that's just not part of me that I need to sit there and correct everybody in the world. A lot of times I'll just be, you know, and maybe that's me not taking enough opportunities to, you know, expand the message. But, you know, a lot of times when somebody makes an ignorant comment, and the few times I've heard them that I've been around, I just, you know, I don't pay attention to it. Because I have it, you know, maybe more so than being smug about it, you just have to have it in your head that you know something they don't know. You've got this person that's probably killing a plate of ribs or eating something at this social gathering that, yeah, when will they be making their visit to see that cardiologist for a stent in their chest? When will they be getting that result from the colonoscopy that, yeah, something didn't look good? When will they, you know, you get what I'm saying here. So I can't take too seriously when somebody that treats their body like garbage, you know, wants to argue or wants to put down your lifestyle. Maybe, I don't know, you just have to, when you go into any situation, and you can do this without being a jerk about it, you can do it without being overly cocky, but you got to own wherever you go. When I walk into a room, I'm not talking about that like I want to be the center of attention, but if I'm engaged in something, I own it. You know, it's not like I don't walk around, don't walk around tiptoeing around. Don't always be apologizing for this lifestyle. Don't be defending why you live and eat differently. It's almost like some people are ashamed of it or they're kind of embarrassed by it. If anything, it's like you got something that these other people don't have. And you need to just acknowledge that. Now, what I'm saying here, I'm not trying to get anybody riled up and in some sort of forceful situations, but it's just like you've got to settle this in your own head. You know, a lot of things that we worry about, that we have anxiety about, that we stress about, are manufactured in our head from that stress. These people may not be as focused on you as they think, or as you think. you may not be that big of an issue. One thing I will say though, and this kind of goes back, I'm not saying your family or your friends or whatever are bullying you, but a lot of times a bully or somebody that likes to tease somebody, they will, if they know they can get a reaction, they'll keep on and going. If you just do your thing, go to your event, hang out with your family, have dinner, just keep eating what you eat. If this is something, you know, probably this is the people that I'm talking about, I'm going to guess are fairly new to the lifestyle, because I would think after, if you've even been in the lifestyle a year or two, you've somewhat worked out some sort of peace with your family, friends, people you're around. I hope so, or either you drop them. I mean, I know that sounds kind of harsh, but I don't care what they are called, like if they have some blood relations to you or what relationship they have. If somebody's treating you in a hateful way, you don't have to be around them. You don't have to try to learn how to coexist with hate or hateful attitudes. But for the more benign situations out there where the people may just, you know, tease you a little bit or a little bit resistant, blah, 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 you just got to laugh that off. You know, when you go to a party, if they, you know, like, don't make a big deal out of your food. Don't make, if you go to lunch with coworkers, don't make a big deal like, you know, just try to do it as simply as possible. Order your food, eat your food matter-of-factly, enjoy the people you're with, and that's it. But I hate to see it. I see so many people that seem to be struggling from that aspect. You know, maybe it is tough to have one foot in each world. You know, you're in your new healthy phase, and your mind's probably even changing. It's not just you eat differently, but your consciousness has probably changed a little bit, and you're hanging out with people whose consciousness hasn't changed, who their health isn't changing. So, you know, probably the best thing to do, I used to love this. I used to love people to give me grief about something because I just got real quiet. And I set something in my mind. I'm like, if you're, for instance, if you're new to this lifestyle, if you're overweight, or if you're in bad health, or whatever problem you have, or whatever brought you to this lifestyle, you're gonna see a big increase in your health. You're gonna lose that weight. So look at it like that. Just keep your head down. Just keep smiling. Just keep smiling. Sometimes I just smile. You know, I've done that in work situations before where I'm just like, yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you. Not in a bad way. Not I won't do anything bad, but I'll just be like, yeah, keep making fun of me. Keep giving me a hard time. And in 6 months, in a year, you're not going to be laughing so much. But that should be the least obstacle on living a healthy lifestyle. Is what others think, is peer pressure, any of that stuff. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I won't get too much into the family situations. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I mean, it's tough enough. It's tough enough if you're living this way and your family's not, but I can only imagine it's double tough if you're living this way and your family's actually giving you a hard time, giving you resistance. In a family with kids and husbands and wives and stuff, I guess it's, you know, I want to tread lightly here, but I'll still go back to what I said. You don't have any reason to allow anybody to treat you badly or to disrespect you or give you a hard time. You know, if they're going to live like that, and sometimes you just have to, maybe you even have to verbalize this to them and tell them, like, you know, look, this is the way I live. You don't live this way. You eat what you eat, and I respect that, and I'm being respectful of that. And, you know, you appeal to them that, you know, like, this is a respect issue. And it's like, I'm not trying to convert you. Maybe you are, but you know, they'll come to it in their own time. But, you know, I'm not trying to convert you. This is what I do. And I would just appreciate being respected on it. But in the end, you know, you got to be grown-ups. You got to take anything that you're, how do I put this? Anything, all these excuses are just that. They're just excuses. They're just excuses. They're things that that cloud our head. They get in the way. But in the end, you have control. All of these things are just other little nagging excuses that are trying to pull you, you know, away from making healthy changes. That's the will being, you know, your will is resistant in the beginning when you're making changes. So yeah, you just got to let this stuff go. You've just got to let it go and be okay with it. Now this is coming from a person that has never really cared too much about being liked. As long I have this way of looking at things. I mean, you know, it's not so much I'm selfish and put myself always first, but I do my thing. And I look at, the only thing I really need, I don't need to be liked by anybody. If I can look in the mirror, I'll look in the mirror in the morning when I'm brushing my teeth. If I like what I see, and if I don't have any conflicts, or if I'm not, you know, feeling guilty about anything, then I'm good. I don't need to be liked, and I won't alter my behavior to be liked by people. So own this lifestyle, whether it's raw vegan, raw to 4, vegetarian, vegan, getting more towards the lifestyle, but own it. Own it. Don't shrink away from it. And it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like when you stand up to the bully that first time. The first time you stand up to somebody, it's going to feel good. And they're probably going to be a little off balance because, you know, if we were talking about, you know, you see the kid, always like in the 60s shows, the kid's getting bullied and then all of a sudden he closes his eye and smacks the guy. Well, a lot of these bullies or just these people that give you a hard time, they're going to be a little bit surprised and taken aback when you stand up for the first time for yourself and you just kind of claim your lifestyle and you own what you're doing. But they're probably going to respect you a little bit more too. In the end, everybody should do their own thing and they shouldn't be held back by other people's opinions. If you believe this is the lifestyle for you, if you truly believe it, I mean, maybe you're still dabbling, but once you get past the dabbling phase and you accept this is the lifestyle, you believe in it, you believe in the health value, or you believe in it for the animals, this is for you, then you've got to own it. Anyhow, hope you like this video. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and hope you're having a good week. Peace.